I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.
Today I want to talk about cultivating big picture thinking, as discussed in John Maxwell's book, How Successful People Think. Big picture thinking can benefit anyone, and big picture thinking brings wholeness and maturity to a person's thinking. It provides perspective, and it's like making the frame of a picture bigger. So there's several things you'll notice when you're around big picture thinkers. First, they learn continually, and they're never satisfied with what they already know. They're always visiting new places, reading new things, meeting new people, and learning new skills. They're ultimately lifelong learners. Big picture thinkers also listen intentionally. They listen with a focus of learning from anyone who they're communicating with. Big picture thinkers also look expansively. What this means is that they make an effort to get outside of themselves and see other people's worlds through their eyes. And finally, big picture thinkers live completely. They live a life of wholeness that's fulfilling, and it's most importantly filled with balance. And now that we understand what a big picture thinker looks like, I want to go through the importance of receiving the wisdom of big picture thinking. First, it allows you to lead, and this is because big picture thinking is synonymous in a lot of ways with being a leader. And what I mean by this is that leaders must be able to do important things for their people, such as seeing the vision before their people do, sizing up situations and taking into account many variables, sketching a picture of where the team is going, showing how the future connects to the past to make the journey more meaningful to people, as well as seizing the moment when the timing is right. All of these encompass big picture thinking, and if you can become a big picture thinker, you can also be a great leader. Big picture thinking also keeps you on target. You have to be able to put your daily activities into context, thinking of the bigger picture, in order to find accomplishment with large pursuits. Big picture thinking also allows you to see what others see, which is one of the most important skills someone can develop. Big picture thinking also promotes teamwork, and this is because teamwork requires seeing the whole picture and going beyond simply yourself. The better the grasp you have on the big picture of things, the better the potential to work together as a team. Big picture thinking also helps you from being caught up in the mundane. What I mean by this is that there's some aspects of everyday life that are absolutely necessary but entirely uninteresting. But if you're a big picture thinker, you don't let the grind get to you, because you aren't losing sight of the overall big picture. And finally, big picture thinking helps you chart uncharted territory. The only way to break new ground or move into uncharted territory is to look beyond the immediate and see the big picture. If you're someone who desires seizing new opportunities and opening new horizons, you must add big picture thinking to your abilities. And John has 4 suggestions for acquiring the wisdom of big picture thinking. The first is don't strive for certainty. Big picture thinkers are comfortable with ambiguity. They don't try to force every observation or piece of data into pre-formulated mental cubbyholes. They can think broadly and juggle many seemingly contradictory thoughts in their minds. And if you're somebody who wants to cultivate thinking big, you must get used to embracing and dealing with complex and diverse ideas. Then number 2 is to learn from every experience. Big picture thinkers broaden their outlook by striving to learn from every experience. They don't rest on their success, and instead learn from their successes. And most importantly, they learn from their failures. Ultimately, being a big picture thinker is synonymous with being teachable. To become a big picture thinker, you must also gain insight from a variety of people. Big picture thinkers learn from their experiences, and they also learn from others' experiences. And finally, if you want to become a big picture thinker, you must give yourself permission to expand your world. If you want to become a big picture thinker, you have to go against the flow of the world. Never forget that there's more out there in the world than what you've experienced. You should strive to become a big picture thinker and always be looking at the bigger picture. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep looking at things with an improved perspective. If you desire to be a good thinker, this is what must be done. And if you're looking to make a tremendous impact in this world through crafting a life of significance, it's also vital to become a big thinker.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.